All right, welcome everybody to today's 90-day awareness presentation. My name is Jeremy Jenkins. I'm one of the master members of rNetwork. I'm here today with some special guests that we're going to have talk to you a little bit about what this is all about. Let me introduce real quick Mr. Richard Smith, one of the co-founders of the company, and we have here Linda Morrison. She's one of our top leaders. So let's go ahead and get started. And again, as we do this, just remember, this is a brief overview. We're not going to go into a whole lot of detail. We're just going to kind of give you an idea of what this is all about. So if you have questions or other concerns, get back to the person that invited you to watch this, and they can answer those for you and get you all the information that you need. But let's go ahead and start out by talking about the vision of the company. Okay, so the vision is this: we are a participation marketplace that is creating a revolutionary financial movement, and it's shifting the power and the profits from big business to the individual. Through the power of the network, we are able to leverage exclusive savings and drive greater income for all who wish to participate. Now, why is that significant? There's three questions that we're going to answer today. Really, the first one is this real? Is this something that can really last, over the next few years and decades? Is it something that, you can be proud of? The second thing is, can you win, right? Is this something that really will provide a plan B, a second stream of income, or, just another opportunity to improve your lifestyle? And then, of course, the third thing is it completely safe, right? So you're going to find throughout this presentation, we're going to answer those three questions for you, and you can feel confident in what we're doing. So let's talk about the corporate office, and we're actually physically in the corporate office right now. Myself, Richard, Linda, we are here in Provo, Utah, at the base of the Wasatch Mountains. It is a place here at rNetwork where we are shifting the power back to the individual, where the money traditionally captured by big businesses and banks is now being enjoyed by all of our members. So let's have Richard talk a little bit about Trent Walker, our CEO.
Listen, I could read you the bullet points, but I want to talk about my partner and one of the original founders and the youngest one of the founders that we physically chose to be the CEO. Why? Because he's the best qualified. With his experience with running businesses and financial businesses, he was the right one. He actually had over 500 people working for him and answering him at Google. He spent a very, very short time at Facebook, but also revolutionized their billing system. The man is as sharp as a tack. He's been written up in many magazines and the Wall Street Journal about fintech expert. He is definitely that. The man knows his stuff, and we are proud to have him. He's organizing this in a way that's incredible. The executives are absolutely awesome, which allows the founders to flourish, and it allows the company to flourish. And I can't say enough about Trent. He spends all night long making sure everything gets done, and the man works his guts out. He's a wonderful leader, and we are very lucky to have him as our CEO.
Right, so let's talk about the rest of the executive team. We have some absolutely amazing individuals that are helping to make this dream become a reality. The first one, Mr. John McKillop, he's our Chief Revenue Officer, and he is, wow, he is a fireball. Every time we get to hear from John, it is awesome because he tells it like it is. He will, tell you with no qualm at all about how amazing this opportunity is and what he's doing to make it a reality for all of us. Dave Dove, our Executive VP of Sales, he's been around the block. He's decades of experience in networking and presenting and building teams, so we can rely on him as the voice of the company. Roger Taylor, our Chief Marketing Officer, you can tell everything about him is just absolutely spot on, 100% professional. He's coming from NASCAR of all places, right? So he's he knows what's going on when it comes to marketing. We got Luke Epps, head of our international expansion. We have Kevin Wiscombe. He's our VP of Business Development. And then, of course, Neil Raffinger, our Chief Financial Officer. And he's coming to us, not just himself, but his entire accounting team is coming to help run the finances of this company. Troy Muhlstein, our Chief Commercial Officer, he's going to make sure that everything is working for us, all the operations behind the scenes, and his experience with Fortune 500 companies. J-Mac, our head of technology, wow, PhD in database programming and just an absolute genius. He teaches the other programmers how to do programming, and he's here running all of our technology. And then, of course, our advisory board members, William Fleury and Gary Bender, that are making things happen on the banking side of things. So amazing, amazing team. And that answers the question, is this safe? Absolutely. There's no doubt about this, that this will be a billion-dollar company that will last for decades to come. So the founders and the executives want to make sure that we follow these three guiding principles in everything that we do. Because if you can follow these three, you can pretty much guarantee success. The first one is finding out where the world is going and getting there first. Very, very important. If you don't know where the world's going, you will get disrupted. You will get left behind. You will not be able to stay up to, with the technology. And so we don't want that. We want to always make sure we're on the cutting edge. The second thing is making more money than you spend. If you can do that, you will have confidence. You will have a story to tell. You will be able to know that, yes, I am having success here. And the third thing is to lose your life in the betterment of others, so that it now becomes not about you. It's about your team, the people you're working with, making sure that they have success, so we can follow what Zig Ziglar liked to say, that you can have anything in this life that you want, as long as you help enough other people get what they want. So let's talk about the evolution of business.
Thank you. Listen, the evolution of business is very simple. Most people that are over 40 know the evolution since the 80s on. Back in the 1980s, the guys that were writing codes and actually made these computers become alive and do some phenomenal things for us. When you think about life before the computer, it was a whole different place. The guys that wrote codes took the ones and the zeros and made these silly machines called computers come alive. They ruled the roost. They were the darlings of business. And then as we migrate into the 90s, everything started to become linked together. The network started to become business, and it became all about the World Wide Web. And there's a couple companies that really took off there. American Online, that were the first ISP, the first internet service provider on a global basis. And you couldn't get listed even on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ if you didn't have a .com at the end of your name. And that's the evolution, and it was an explosion. We could call it the .com bubble, but after the bubble exploded, there still was an unbelievable, untapped, unrecognized, gargantuan market, and we're seeing it take place. Well, as we moved into the 2000s, everybody started using those connectivities on the World Wide Web to know each other. Social media took over. Me being 52, we are a little bit behind the curveball. It took me a little while to get into Facebook, and my kids, by the time I got to Facebook, were like, that was so yesterday. But social media is here to stay, and there was two companies that absolutely grabbed it and took control of it, and they weren't the first into it. The first one was Facebook, and they used our networks to sell advertising to us, and so did Google. And Google is going to be one of the first $1 trillion market caps. What that means is their stock is worth, if you add all the stock up, it's worth $1 trillion. It'll be the first in history, and Facebook's right behind them. Why do I say that? Well, at the end of the day, they took our networks and leveraged it for themselves and became wealthy, and changed the advertising industry forever. Then as we moved into 2010s, everything really started to move towards marketplaces. And in fact, two things. And one of them I learned from Trent. The marketplaces are very unique, and the 800-pound gorilla, of course, is Amazon.com, but there's many, many others. There's Airbnb, there's Uber, there's Uber Eats, there's Costco. The marketplaces seem to have really set hold. And then there's the gig economy. Now, when I was growing up, gig was kind of a slur word that we used to mock people. But the gig economy here is the young generations, the millennials down, they'd rather invoice a Fortune 500 company than work for it. And that is really starting to take hold, especially since COVID came in. This is really starting to take off on a global basis. Well, we're at the forefront of that. What we're doing is we're harnessing the power of marketplaces, leveraging our relationships as we grow and grow, and not just make the company wealthy, but share those profits that Jeremy's already talked about. We know where the world's going, and we're going to get there first, and we call that the participation marketplace. When we're participating, both our charter members, our fans, and our vendors are all participating together to make the world a better place.
Awesome. All right. So how is loyalty created in the marketplace, right? So we have this amazing marketplace, but we got to now figure out how to make our customers sticky, right? That's a word that they like to use. So Amazon, obviously, they're going to give people a great deal, a convenient experience, right? I was able to do that just the other day. I bought a new vacuum off of Amazon. It wasn't what we were looking for, so I was able to just return it. I got on the website, print out the free shipping label, and just drop it off at the UPS store, and you get your refund, right? It's very, very convenient. But then there's other ways like Ebates, and where you share the profits. There's rewards programs where companies will keep track of, okay, I bought 10 sandwiches, I'll get a free sandwich, right? Frequent flyer miles. There's all these kinds of different things where they'll give back to people to gain their loyalty. Our network merges both of these. We're going to expand on all of that. We're going to have an amazing, amazing opportunity for people to not only have a great and convenient experience, but to also share that revenue like we were talking about back to each of us. So just imagine for a second, if you could participate in some of these giant trillion-dollar industries, from banking to travel to prescriptions, automotive, smartphones, mortgages. I mean, these are some of the biggest industries on the planet, and they all make grundles of money. And we have the opportunity to now share in that revenue because of this model. It's absolutely amazing. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, every one of them. Every one of these industries we're in a big, big way, and it's only going to get better. We have a little saying here that the bigger it gets, the better it gets. I want you to know, as we grow this community, we've already stepped from one to the other in smartphones and in mortgages and many, many others we're starting to approach into. We are going to be best in breed on the savings and the commissions paid to the field.
Awesome. So why do people participate? Like Richard said, we are uniquely positioned to disrupt the advertising and the online marketplaces for products and services. But what that means is, when companies want to get customers with customer acquisition, they traditionally have to use standard advertising methods like television, radio, newspapers. Now it's a little bit more social media and those kinds of things. But those are always less effective than simple word of mouth marketing. There's nothing more powerful than me going to my friend and saying, hey, I recommend this restaurant. I recommend this store. I recommend this product. Why? If my friend knows me and he likes me and he trusts me. And so there's the possibility of him actually going to that store, that restaurant, or wherever, now goes through the roof, right? It's so much more effective. And that's what we're talking about. We're disrupting that advertising space by creating a participation marketplace where you bring your network to our network, and we now can leverage all of that. And the companies absolutely love us. They love that way of doing customer acquisition. It's powerful. So let's talk a little bit about the spokes of the wheel.
It's very, very simple. Right now, we're participating in about every arena that you can, and we're going to launch another couple. One of my favorite places is the Global Mall. the retail space. It's not very hard to sell Nike. Nike does a really good job of selling Nike. In fact, if you notice, Jeremy's got a Nike hat on, and he's selling Nike by just wearing that hat. We've got a relationship with Nike in the global mall, and it's even getting stronger. There's a cashback reward. And why is Nike doing that? Well, they want sticky customers, and they see the writing on the wall that their distribution chains are shrinking, and they want to expand their distribution chains. Our travel club is state of the art and only going to get better, and we're so excited about that. That one spoke alone is a no-brainer for the subscription. And as we move into the concierge services, our mobile, we've already moved from good to better and moving into best with the acquisition of Sprint to T-Mobile. We now are paying out a residual income per line to the charter members that bring them, and the savings are phenomenal. I love, we're doing meetings, have them ask around the room who's participated with our mobile, and the savings has just been spectacular. Our auto's the same way. You literally don't have to ever step foot on a car dealership again. You contract with somebody that's a professional in the market and give you a phenomenal deal. And the securities is coming in 2020. Security, meaning your homes. We're very excited about rolling that out. And our medical market is going to be one of the strongest ones. Right now, there's 2 discount cards in there that every prescription you have, you'll be able to get a discount for not only yourself, but also your pets. And then our brands, it's going to be something to behold. We are going to bring you unique products and services that you can only get here at the rNetwork. The banking is coming in 2020. Our reps have already, or our charter members have already made a fairly big deal about the fact that when people use their debit card, you get paid. Our mortgage in the US and Canada are both phenomenal. Historically, the rates have never been so low. You don't even have to have them close on it. The way you do it is you sign up somebody as a charter member or as a fan. They fill out and get a bid for their mortgage. And they may go with Countrywide or somebody else, not our mortgage, but you still get paid just for them getting that ball rolling. That's phenomenal. I've never even heard of that before, but that was going from good to better, and the best is yet to come. And the Financial Academy, we're already running some tests on that, and wait till we launch that. That's going to be a very, very fun thing. For the first time in the history of the world, your auto ship makes you money. And that's what's cool about it.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, so just real quick, we'll go over this. Each of these individual ones that Richard mentioned. The perks is thousands of deals at local restaurants, entertainment. You can go to spas, ski and golf packages, retail products, automotive. I personally saved a bunch of money at Universal Studios last December, thanks to the perk program. The mall, like Richard said, we got Nike, we got Overstock, we got Elizabeth Arden, we got GoPro. Just tons and tons of stores, over 100 stores now on that mall that are all willing to share that revenue back to us, whether it's your own purchases, and you can make a certain percentage on your own purchases, plus you make a certain percentage on all the purchases of your team. It's awesome. The travel market, like Richard was saying, this is amazing right now. I personally have saved hundreds of dollars on hotels in the last year since I've been able to use this, but it is getting better. We're going to always move from good to better and then to best. And the travel club, that's very imminent. So watch. Our home business services, like Richard said, mobile, auto, home security, these are concierge services that you can participate in where they are going to guide you. That's the job of a concierge, is to help you find the best deal, right? They're not trying to just sell you on a specific thing. They're trying to look at your personal situation and see how this can best help you with what you're dealing with, right? So it's really awesome. Then, of course, the medical market, we have people saving up 85% on their prescription medications. And this one's powerful, right? This one can literally save people hundreds of dollars a month on their medication. It can make the difference. I like the story that Richard tells about an individual who had to make a choice between, eating normal human food or eating actual pet food like dog food, right, to get their protein. And they were able to actually not have to do that because of this this discount card that let them save money on their medication. So it's amazing what this can do for people. And then of course the financial market, getting paid on the swipes from the bank, rNetwork Bank, coming later this year, and it is going to be awesome because yes, people will be able to make money when you just have them go out to eat. If they fill up their gas tank, if they book travel, whatever it is that they use that debit card for from the bank, it will pay into our compensation model. And then, so that brings us to the question, right? You might be thinking, okay, this sounds awesome, but how do I participate? How do I become part of the rNetwork? There are two ways. There are two options. The first one is you can become what we call a fan. Okay, a fan is a financially astute network nominee. And it means that you just join for free. You're a free customer and you get access to the concierge services, to the banking, to a lot of the saving, the medical stuff. All those things are available to the fans. The shopping in the mall, it's an amazing, amazing way to save money and be a part of this up and coming revolution. But the best way to participate is what we would call a charter member. If you're ready to make that life-changing money right now, to have that plan B or that side gig, to have that backup money that can help you in times of need, this is the way you do it. It's a one-time $25, simple, right? Very, very affordable. And then it's just $50 per month as a subscription. So with that, you can now earn when others save. This is what lets you represent the company. This is what lets you be kind of like a franchise fee in a way, if you think of it that way, but it's no different than maybe an Amazon Prime subscription or maybe a Costco membership. It's along those same lines. The difference is that with the rNetwork, that $50 is not a hard cost. Why? Let's talk about it. Richard.
This company, remember the guiding principles. The second one is make more money than you spend. We're all about taking those contacts on your cell phone, which is your network, by the way. So if anybody asks you where's your network reside, it's either on social media or your contacts on your phone. As you decide to participate with us in this participation marketplace as a charter member, we want you to be cash flow positive as quickly as possible and unlock all 10 tiers. The way you do that is very, very simple, and it also pays out $2 per subscription down through 10 tiers of charter members and their fans. And we'll get to that in a second. I'll keep going. The Power Up bonus. So once you have yours free, you get your Power 3 qualified. You get a $50 bonus. You're now cash flow positive going forward. The Power Up bonus is we're very serious about getting people as quickly as we can their original money back. So if you do it within your first 7 days, it's actually a little bit easier than that because we give you about 2 days to go down the boost, and we'll get to that in a second. But as you do it in 7 days, you get a one-time bonus of $75 plus your $50 for a total of $125. It's unheard of in the industry to get up your startup money back. As you build this 3x10 structure, everybody has the opportunity to help everybody. It's not a matrix. It falls in the first open spot under you, not under the company. It's much different than anything you've ever seen. As you earn those $2, it starts getting very exciting. If you can actually create a system with us using this awareness campaign and get your people to be able to get that $75 bonus plus their $50 in their first 7 days, you take a good hard look at what happens as you duplicate that out in 10 weeks. Do the math yourself. Add it up and figure out how much money on a residual reoccurring basis you'll be doing and your entire organization is now cash flow positive. Unheard of in the industry.
So let's talk about stacking commissions, right? So there you go. You're building it out. You've got your 10, right? Your 3 people, 1, 2, 3, and then you get another 9 people on the next row, and then it goes to 27, then 81, so on. But each individual person, charter member that is part of your team, you can consider that a business center, right? So let's take, for example, Anna. Right? So Anna, she comes in, she's part of this, she's excited, she wants to save money and make some money. And so she pays her monthly subscription, which is going to pay her enroller plus another 9 people above that, $2. Okay. But on top of that, Anna's going to go and she's probably going to use some of the services. Well, let's imagine that she goes and she signs up for our mobile and she has 4 lines. So that then pays another $1 going up the tree, okay? And then maybe she buys a car through the R Autos, and maybe she buys some products in the mall. So now the total that pays out for Anna's position or business center is $7.40. But on top of that, Anna is going to go and she's going to get some fans, some free customers that want to just save money. Maybe they're not interested in doing the business. Maybe they just want to save money when they go shopping or when they use their cell phone. So they're going to sign up for free. And they're going to do the same thing. They're going to sign up for our mobile. They're going to maybe buy a car through the R Autos program. They're going to shop on the mall. And so now that all adds up. That's another $4.60 for a total of $12 from Anna. Now, you just think about that. All these individuals on your team, if you have 3, 9, 27, 81, now you don't just times that by 2. Now you can think, oh, that could potentially be $8, $10, $12. Depending on the activity of that individual and how many fans they bring. So it doesn't mean that you have to have an entire team of thousands of people before you can actually make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. No, you can actually do it very, very quickly based on this concept of stacking commissions. It's awesome. Now, it doesn't end there. We have a promotion going on right now called the Power 10 promotion. This is important because, as you saw in that structure, right, it's a forced 3x10 structure, which means that there's incentive for you to go and then go beyond just getting 3 people, right? The goal is to now help your team. And that is to go and find more people that want to also save money and make money. And you want to have a total of 10, and that will make you a Power 10 ranked person. And that creates spillover for your team, right? So you're helping your team out. But not only that, by doing so, the company's going to reward you. They're going to reward you with stock options. So you're going to be able to participate when the company goes public on the stock exchange later this year in 2020. You will be given the opportunity to participate in that public offering. Now, you have until July 31st. So today's July 1st. We have all this month, 30 more days to go ahead and achieve that goal of bringing 10 people to the table to then qualify for that stock option. Now, obviously, all the stock will be issued in full compliance with the rules and regulations of the SEC. And I personally am not a licensed broker. I'm not soliciting any kind of security. I'm just letting you know this is the promo that the public company, rNet Holdings, is offering to you if you can go achieve that by July 31st. So what makes us different? Well, we make money when others save money, right? We don't have to sell anything. That's the key component here. We're not asking you to have any inventory. You have to stock products in your garage or in your basement. Any of those things, right? We are so different because we can literally go to somebody and just say, hey, I can save you money on your cell phone service. I can save you money on your online shopping. I can save you money on buying a car. And sure, they're going to buy stuff. They're going to pay stuff, right? It's not like we're saying, hey, just come do this and everything's just totally free. No, we're saying, yes, you're going to go save money on all those things. And then I can still make money even though you're saving money. It's an ingenious concept that you don't really see anywhere else. And then, of course, the most important one, getting paid on those swipes when people use the debit card from rNetwork Bank coming later this year. Awesome. Okay, so we are open in 30 plus countries right now. So if you have friends in all of Latin America, in Europe, in the Philippines, and we're just all over the world, Canada, it's going like crazy. And yes, we have major plans to go into even more countries as we grow, as it gets bigger. We want to be in every country on the planet eventually. But right now, 30 countries, guys, that's awesome for a company that's just getting started. So what's coming later this year? Well, we mentioned the rNetwork Bank and the debit card. We mentioned the R Financial Academy. That's coming sooner than later. The R Pharmacy, R Security. I mean, there's so many things that we can add to this participation marketplace that will make people's lives better, where we can actually earn when people save in all those different categories. So here's the most important thing to consider: timing. We right now are in the formulation stage. Right now is the very beginning. This company is only about a year old, and we are just about ready to go into this momentum phase where we start to bring in the thousands and tens of thousands of people that want to participate in our marketplace. So it's just a known thing that every company will go through these three stages: formulation, momentum, and stabilization. And those that get in at the ground level are the ones that are most likely to profit from all the growth that happens during that momentum stage. That's when fortunes are made. It's not a guarantee, but it's definitely a way to boost your chances of having success. So speaking of boosting, we have something called the 7-day boost. So if you're seeing this and you're going, wow, this is fun, this is exciting, this is cool, this is different, but how can I be successful at this? Maybe you're thinking that you're so new at this, you've never done anything like this before. Can you really do it? Yes. Can you win here? Let's answer that third question. Can you win? Absolutely. Why? We're going to teach you. We're going to have you go through our 7-day boost program, which will teach you everything you need to know to get started quickly, everything you need to know to be able to go out and find your first 3 charter members, get cash flow positive, make sure that you're making money from then on out, and then duplicate with your team. It's not difficult. It really isn't. And with the 7-day boost and our Earn, Share, and Learn program, you will absolutely be able to have success if you want it. So with that, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. As mentioned, we have Linda Morrison here today, and I'd just like to have Linda share a little bit about her experience with rNetwork and how it's been blessing her life and how she's living it.
Well, everyone, it's an honor to be here with Richard. Gosh, and Jeremy. I am so grateful for this opportunity. It gives me hope. Living on Social Security is the pits, just FYI. I came out of retirement when I came to a meeting about 4 years ago. Met Richard, and he shared with me his dream of 1 million people making $500 a month. And I thought, okay. And ever since that meeting, I've suffered from our insomnia. I go to meetings, I'm on the calls. I stay plugged in because I want to make sure that I do not lose any information on this explosion of an opportunity. I want to help people make their dreams come true. And it's truly an honor to be here, and I've never looked back. This is real. I trust Richard and Jeremy and the executive board. I trust them all. They just want what's best for us and how we can explode and bless the lives of millions of people. I've never looked back, like I've said, and it's just truly an honor to be involved in this company. And it's going to be exciting. It's a wonderful opportunity. Again, it's real, and you won't get a lot of sleep because it's just so exciting to be involved in this company. Thank you, Jeremy, and thank you, Richard.
Thanks, Linda. So with that, we want to remind everybody that we do these 3 times a day. So this is the first one. Join us again at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll have another awesome presenter. And then, of course, at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, we do it again. So 3 times a day, plenty of ways to plug in and share the message of our network with the world. So with that, we'll say goodbye, everybody. Live it. Our network. Live it. Bye-bye.